This highlights one of the most basic formations taught to all military pilots. The 6 aircraft act as one, allowing large numbers of aircraft to fly through the skies. As the aircraft perform today, I'm going to introduce the Skytypers to you, but I want you to look behind you as they come in at just about 1,000 feet above the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the GEICO Skytypers. Smoke on now. Larry Arkin is in the lead with Steve Kapoor. At the right wing is Ken Johansson. The left wing, Rob Stio. The slot position is Bob Johansson. Lead solo is Steve Salmers and the wing solo is Tom Daly. Watch as the Skytypers maneuver this delta formation. This is very difficult due to the wide spread of the aircraft, their limited available power, and their very thick, straight wings. These aircraft weigh about 5,500 pounds apiece. And they use a 600 horsepower, 9-cylinder radial engine, the Pratt & Whitney R1340. Notice the precision of the pilots as they constantly work to maintain their position, all while maintaining a clearance of only 1 foot wingtip to wingtip. They make it look so easy. Even the king. Now, check it out. The flight's going to release 2 members to investigate a bogey, an unidentified aircraft that may be a threat. Watch, smokers coming on for those guys. The solos will cross, pulling into and through each other's flight paths in order to clear the area behind them. There's the cross. Now, after identifying the threat as a bandit, the solos are now in position to demonstrate their next maneuver, the opposing solo 2 circle guns pass. When 2 aircraft engage in air-to-air maneuvering, they attempt to pass as close as possible to each other with 2 options: maneuver for the advantage or escape to safety. Turning towards each other would put both aircraft in separate or 2 circles as each tries to outturn his opponent. Diving for energy now, the solos, Steve Salmers and Tom Daly, are approaching one another in a descending head-to-head engagement at a closure rate of 320 miles per hour. Closer to you, the solos will pitch up and roll into each other, passing canopy to canopy just 50 feet apart. Now as the solos clear, watch for the rest of the formation to the front and to the left of show center. They're going to show you another basic skill that is taught to our men and women in flight school, something that is known as a turning rejoin. When aircraft are separated for some reason, such as with individual takeoffs, they need to get back together or rejoin to continue with their mission. One method is for the lead aircraft to start a turn and have the other aircraft join by adding power and putting their noses in front of the lead to fly a shorter distance. The pilots must know where each other is at all times, and how to maneuver their aircraft to get on board as quickly and as possible. There you can see the GEICO Skytypers as they show you how all the formation teams, including the jets, accomplish a rejoin. Today, they're going to rejoin into what is known as a diamond formation. And you can see the slot pilot, Bob Johansson, pulling in behind them. Now that they've rejoined, the formation is going to treat you to a diamond S, or snake pass. You'll get a good view of the aircraft as they wind their way in front of you, changing from belly up to canopy up. There you have the GEICO Skytypers. How about a nice round of applause for Larry Arkin, Ken Johansson, Rob Stio, and Bob Johansson. Flying these World War II aircraft requires an unusual set of skills. Skytyper pilots must be able to fly large tail-wheeled aircraft, as well as being accomplished formation pilots. It's not always easy to find the right match. The majority of the pilots here today are former Navy and Air Force pilots. Now watch for the solos Unfortunately, the lead solo pitched up and rolled too early, allowing his opponent to fly high and behind him, an obvious advantage. Lead then makes another mistake and reverses course, trying to escape. This only makes it easier for his attacker to maneuver into a guns firing position, or as the aviators say, at his 6 o'clock. Watch as the lead aircraft jinxed to try to stay out of trouble. Smoke coming from the rear aircraft indicate he's firing his guns. Pretty soon we're going to see him get some bullets on the Bandit. Guns on the Bandit as the lead aircraft now also pops smoke and then turns his smoke on full time, indicating he has been hit. Clear. Now I want you to look straight ahead, ladies and gentlemen, for another formation change, although this one is very unique and demanding. The diamond you just witnessed a moment ago has gone from flat to vertical. They will appear from behind these clouds as you can see them approach from about a mile out. The references the wingmen must use change completely as they now have to look almost straight up, and lead becomes their world. Watch as the vertical diamond approaches, then peels off or breaks down the runway into a trail position. Breaking off, Larry Arkin, Ken Johansson, Rob Steele, and Bob Johansson. The GEICO Skytypers. Now, if you look straight ahead again, you'll see the solos approaching for a simulated bomb run. To attack a target, you must sometimes stay low under radar coverage, fly to a point that's been pre-identified through map study, and pull up sharply to acquire the target, and then gain enough altitude to drop your bombs. Oh, and that's not all. Different climb angles and attack directions help confuse the gunners on the ground. This is the solos bomb run. And searching for the formation. In the military, a flight of 2 aircraft is the smallest element to fly. They provide mutual support for each other as well as while accomplishing other duties to complete the mission. Steve and Tom, let's watch them as they turn on the smoke and get ready to roll in on this strafing pass. This is the strafe pass. Have taken on a new role of writing giant messages in the sky, and I know you got a chance to see them earlier today during the show. Each letter is as tall as the Empire State Building. Here comes the smoke, and here come the GEICO Skytypers in the fan pass. Let's give them a nice round of applause. The aircraft as they rejoin, flying straight ahead and then reverse back to give you one more exciting opportunity to place these magnificent World War II icons indelibly in your minds and cameras. These aircraft are operated most of the year in the New York metro area. They're based in Farmingdale, New York at Republic Airport. The men responsible for keeping these vintage machines in such fine shape are the Skytypers aircraft mechanics and assistants, Randy Kreitzer, Frank Atria, Brian Robert Thomas, and Lung Ku. Down 600 horsepower in each aircraft. Larry Arkin in the lead with Steve Kapoor, Ken Johansson, Rob Steele, Bob Johansson, Steve Salmers, and Tom Daly, and another key pilot on the team thanks to Jim Record. Every successful airshow performance must end with a successful landing. The GEICO Skytypers are extending the gear as they set up to land on runway 2.